Hello guys, welcome to another video in the series of coding. Today we are going to solve the problem which is called longest common substring. So you have to find the longest common substring between two strings. For example, in this case, the two strings are ABCDGH and ACDGHR. So the longest common substring which is CDGH. CDGH is common to both of the strings. It has length 4, so you have to return 4. Let's try to understand this using this example. ABCDGH and ACDHGR. A, B, C, D, G, H and A, C, D, G, H, R. A, C, D, G, H, R. So to solve this problem, we'll draw the DP matrix and we'll try to solve it. So let me quickly draw down the matrix. So these type of problems are similar. Like for example, longest common subsequence is also a problem which can be solved in this way, but there is a little modification. We'll discuss that. So we are always considering the first as an empty string, okay, and we'll try to find the answer for the remaining string. So I have not given appropriate space. Let me just delete it and give appropriate space for the empty string also. Okay, should be fine now. So this is an empty string. What does each cell in this represent? So each cell in this represents, for example, longest common substring that can be made at this character. So if you are considering these characters, right, including these characters, what will be the longest common substring that can be made, right? Let's say you have to include these characters. So what is the longest common substring that you can have here? So let's start filling. So let's say you have an empty string, right? Once you have an empty string, nothing is common. There is no character that is in common with the empty string, right? So the initial values are going to be 0. Similarly, with this empty string, there is nothing in common between these values, right? So in this case, you will have to fill 0 again. So at the first row as well as at the first column, I can simply fill 0 because there is no character that is in common. But for the remaining cells, right? For the remaining cells, let's say for this cell A and A, so I have found one character that is in common, right? One character is in common, so I know that this character is in common. Let me look at, once I have established this character is in common, I will look behind me. I will try to see before me if there is a substring that is continuing. So it's very important that we understand substring is different from subsequence. Substring means the characters have to continue. They have to be continuous. They have to be together. They have to be grouped together as a block. So once you find that A and A are matching, you will have to look behind and see how many characters behind you are matching together. So A and A did not have any character before them, right? It's an empty string. Nothing is matching, so it was 0. So 0 plus 1. We have found one match at A and 0 plus 1 is 1. So it will be 1 here. Okay, now let us see A and C. Okay, let's say we have to include, right? So we have to include this character. So in this case, when you are trying to include A and C simply don't match at all, right? A and C are not matching. So if A and C are not matching, and let's say you have this continuous block, right? You have to have this continuous block. So in this case, if A and C are not matching, how can you have a substring which is continuing together, right? It's not possible. So in this case, you will simply put 0. So whenever characters are not matching, simply put 0. Okay, A and G are not matching, again put 0. Okay, so this problem becomes very simple because of this reason. Okay, now let's say B and A, again characters are not matching, so just put 0. Now B and C, again not matching, so put 0. So on, nothing is matching here. Now let's see C. Okay, C is not matching with A, so put 0. C is matching with C. So in this case, what will be the answer? You will have to check. C is matching with C. That is okay. But the answer for this, okay. So the answer for this, you will have to look at this diagonal box. You will have to see. See, we had ABC and we had AC. C and C was matching. You will have to look in the remaining substring whether this block is also continuous, whether this block is also matching. Because it has to be a substring, the block has to be continuous, right? Block has to be continuous. So in this case, you will have to look whether this block was matching. In our case, it was not matching. That's why we put 0 here. So it will be 0 plus 1 will be your answer. It will be 1. Only one substring is common. If we Let's try to take this example again. If we had to find subsequence instead of substring, right? The answer for this, when we had subsequence, the answer would have been 2. Okay, the answer would have been 2 because AC and AC is a subsequence that is possible. But in this case, we have to find substring. Substring means that if this block is matching, then we will have to look at this block only. We cannot take this A. This A is not allowed. We will have to look here only. So in every block, we just store the proper answer, right? So in this case, this is 0. This is 0. For longest increasing subsequence, this would not have been 0. But since it's a substring, that's why this is 0, and it's important to put this at 0. You cannot take the previous value and put it as 1. This is not allowed, right? Because then it will become subsequence, not substring. So it's very important that we differentiate this. Now let's go forward. So in the next case, we have, let me just erase this. Okay. So in the next case, we have C and D. So C and D are again not matching, so you can put 0. Whenever characters are not matching, you can just put 0. Now in the next case, D and A is not matching, so again 0. D and D are matching. So now in this case, when D is for the first time, D is matching with D, right? So you will have to look if the previous block is matching, right? Once D is matching with D, you will have to look at the previous block. So 1 plus 1 will become 2 because we have the string ACD and ABCD. D and D is matching. But C and C is also matching. So in this case, the substring will become of length 2. And now you can go forward. Now in the next case, again up till here there is no match. But this G is matching with this G. So when G is matching with this G, 2 plus 1 will become equal to 3. So this will be 3. Next case, up to here no match. But H is going to match with this H. So it will become equal to 3 plus 1, which will be 4. And you can return this. Now this is very important to note that in this case the last value will not be the answer. That's why they have given this very important example. The last value is not the answer. Usually we take the last value as the answer, but that's not the answer, because in this case if you return the last value you will get 0. But 0 is not the answer. The answer is 4 because you have to return the maximum length substring. So just iterate over this, or while we are filling these values itself, make a note of maximum, and that will be your answer. So let's quickly look over the code. So we have a DP matrix. N is the size of string 1 and M is the size of string 2. And then you will have to declare this DP matrix, and we are doing the normal iteration. So initially we are filling the values as 0, and while we are iterating, we can just check if the characters are matching. So there's just one simple condition. If the characters are matching, then in that case you will have to look at the previous block, because it has to be continuous. So just look at the previous value and add 1. If the previous value is 0, then the length will simply be 1. If the previous value is 2, it will become 2 plus 1 3, and so on. So you will get the maximum answer. So whenever this is happening, you can change the maximum answer, and answer will be the maximum of whatever answer you have seen till now, and you can return it finally. I had not given a else condition because there is no need. There is no need to give this else condition. DP of ij is 0, because by default also it is 0, right? So there is no need to give this else condition. So that's it. This is the sufficient code. Now let me submit and see if it's going to work. So it's working. That's it. Thank you for being patient and listening.